Time to change first. I'm meeting Niall later. Her eyes sparkled. Niall was Penny's new beau, and while Daisy didn't altogether approve of the match, she had to admit Penny seemed happy. Unfortunately, knowing Niall, the relationship was unlikely to last. Still, stranger things had happened. "I'm sure the party will be going on for a while," said Daisy. "Those girls were gearing up for a big night." All three of Penny's model friends had been in earlier to get their hair done for tonight's celebrations. They'd brought a bottle of bubbly with them and were giggling merrily by the time they left. Penny grinned. "Yes, they were. I'll see you on Monday. Bye." After she left, Liz glanced up at Daisy. "That man is double her age. He ought to be ashamed of himself." Daisy shrugged. Niall was a notorious womanizer and an ex-husband of the late Dame Serena Levante, the infamous opera diva who'd been murdered last year in her country mansion. It was Daisy who'd helped crack the case. "He is very handsome," she allowed. Liz frowned. "If one goes in for that sort of thing, I'm more inclined to think it's his money she's after." Daisy shook her head. "No, not Penny. She's not a gold digger." She wrapped a strip of foil around a highlight and squeezed it closed. "You have to admit, Niall does have something of the Heathcliff about him. I can picture him riding bareback through the moors on one of his prized racehorses, can't you?" Liz gave her a sharp look. "Don't tell me you're smitten too." Daisy laughed. "You know me better than that, Liz. All I'm saying is I can see the appeal." Liz grunted. Once the foils were done, Daisy placed Liz under the dryer and took the messy utensils and dishes into the kitchenette to wash up. BBC Radio 3 was playing La Callisto, Cavalli's opera of pursuit and transformation, and the dramatic music filled the salon. With a contented sigh, Daisy washed up and then poured herself a much-needed glass of wine. The back door was banging in the wind, so she wedged a piece of paper towel in the crack. Exactly 10 minutes later, she switched off the dryer. "Come over to the basin," she told Liz, and proceeded to wash and condition her newly dyed hair. "Do you want to trim?" Daisy asked, once Liz was back in the chair in front of the mirror, admiring her new colour. "Yes, just half an inch off the bottom." Daisy reached into the drawer for her scissors, but they weren't there. How strange. She always put them back in the top drawer of her workstation. In fact, she was fastidious about it. Her eyes roamed over the countertops, but they weren't there either. Frowning, she opened Penny's drawer and used hers. Each stylist had their own scissors to avoid confusion. "How are things going with that hunky detective of yours, Daisy?" asked Liz, causing Daisy's head to pop up. "I don't know what you mean," said Daisy, avoiding eye contact. "I thought you two were a thing." Liz arched an overplucked eyebrow. Daisy took a gulp of her wine. "Oh, no. We worked together on the case last year, but that was it. There's nothing going on between us." "If you say so, dear." Liz winked at her. Daisy sighed. She hadn't seen Paul in months. He was situated in Guildford, which was a good 40-minute drive from Edgemead. He'd taken her out once after the Serena Levante case, but then Daisy had gone away with her friend Floria to the south of France in the summer, and they'd lost touch after that. According to Krish, her senior stylist and an irrepressible gossip, Paul had been working on a high-profile case involving human traffickers and was making quite a name for himself. "It's all thanks to you, Daisy," Krish had told her. "If you hadn't helped him crack the Levante case, he'd still be doing the graveyard shift at the precinct." She trimmed Liz's hair into a stylish bob, then blow-dried it. When she was done, Liz was back to her perfectly coiffed self. "Fabulous. Thanks, dear," she said, admiring herself in the mirror. She smoothed a hand over her cheeks as if trying to iron out the wrinkles, and gave a little sigh.